we have a. I think it's dead. Can y'all hear me? Okay, cool. Maybe I just need to step up. Aren't y'all glad that we have the opportunity to elect a new governor? And, and let me not even say it's an opportunity because I'm pretty sure that everyone in here, 100%, it's a necessity. Yeah. So no, so first I just want to say thank you guys for being out here with us, kicking it with us. This is a party, and we're not going to be super formal. We're all going to have fun. We're all Democrats. We're all here to celebrate. We're all here to celebrate the amazing accomplishments of Democrats all over, not only Fort Worth, not only Tarrant County, but all across this state. And so give yourselves a round of applause. So for those of you who do not know me, my name is Kendall Locke, and I am proud to serve as your vice chair of the Tarrant County Democratic Party. And so we have a lot of great elected officials who are here. And so before I get started, by recognizing them, I would like to ask that if you're an elected official, if you could make your way to the stage area. So once again, if you're an elected official, please make your way to the stage area. So we have a lot of people who's here with us. So we have our chair of the Tarrant County Democratic Party, Dr. Allison Campolo. We have the chair of the Dallas Democratic Party, Christy Noble. We have our chair of the Denton Democratic Party, Delia Parker Mims. We have our chair of the Collin County Democratic Party, Mike Rollins. And so in addition to them, we have some amazing elected officials. We have some of our own here in Fort Worth. So with our Fort Worth City Council, we have Dr. Jared Williams. Yeah, you know, he gets special recognition. He's my boss. No. Then we have member Chris Nettles. We have Councilwoman Elizabeth Beck. And so those are great Fort Worth City Council members who are here. Also, too, we have Constable Robert McGinty in Precinct 2. We have Beverly Powell. We have Representative Chris Turner. Representative Nicole Collier. And Representative Romero. We also have one of our educators here with us, Dr. Mia Hall, president of the Crowley ISD School Board. And then we have our SD member, M. Ahmad. And then we have Mayor Pro Tem Brandon Lewis from. So, like I said, tonight is a night that we're coming together. So tonight is a night that we're here. Yeah, see, we got some sound. Yeah. So tonight is a night that we're here to celebrate. Once again, like I said, this is a party. So relax, let's have fun. We're going to hear from Beto. Everybody give it up for Beto. But we also have some of our amazing Democratic nominee candidates who was just made the nominee today at about 7 o'clock. We have, everyone knows her, Deborah Peoples. Then we also have a candidate that came all the way from Dallas who is the Democratic nominee for HD 112, Elva Carroll. And then we have Gwen Baroud, who is running for State Senate District 9, who is now our Democratic nominee. So, like I said, we're all here for Beto, and y'all are probably thinking like, what is he doing? Let's get off the stage, get to Beto. But before Beto comes up, I am going to introduce Crystal Mason. How many of y'all know about Crystal Mason? So Crystal is I guess you can say, victim of voter suppression by our local criminal district attorney. And so she has been at the forefront of making sure that we're fighting for voting rights, not just here in Fort Worth, not just in Tarrant County, but all across this state and country. And so she's gonna come up, she's gonna introduce us to the man of the hour. We're gonna party, have fun, take pictures, post them, and let's turn up.
Check, check.
Thank you. Hello, my name is Crystal Mason, and I live in Tarrant County. And I was sentenced for a crime that I didn't commit, illegally voting. It doesn't take a high-powered attorney to see I didn't commit a crime. Believing I was eligible to vote, I simply filled out a provisional ballot that didn't even count. And for that, and just that, an elected official decided that my life didn't matter. My livelihood, my freedom, my family, my kids didn't matter. Yes, right here in Tarrant County, where we're gathered today. The law says that in order for me to be found guilty, I would have to know that I was ineligible to vote. And I didn't know. In fact, during my 2018 trial, my trial, the DA, own witness, Federal Bureau of Probation officer, supervisor, testified on the stand under oath and said, nor the Bureau of Prison, no one told me I was ineligible to vote. Another witness presented by the DA from the county election board testified. They said, no, we never sent a letter to the federal prison where she was resigning. Yet the judge, another elected official, found me guilty. They sentenced me to 5 years. 5 years later, I'm still fighting for my freedom. I'm currently out on the appeal bond. My case is now at the Texas Court of Appeals. And I'm waiting on a decision any day now to determine if I stay free or if I go back to prison. But I won't let that stop me. I won't let that silence my voice. I won't let that suppress my voice. I stand today to say I, Crystal Mason, legally voted today. Voting matters. Elections matter. Democracy matters. You see that judge, that DA, those prosecutors, they're all elected officials. The state of Texas, Tarrant County, this is why election matters. Fighting for voter suppression, holding elected officials accountable for the dangerous actions matters. The state and the federal system failed me. Due to the voting case, I had to leave a good job, stop taking care of my kids, and go back to prison. But my kids refused to sit back and do nothing. They decided to get involved. They reached out to Deborah Peoples, a candidate for county judge, and she put them to work. Beto's Senate campaign gave my kids a job. His campaign brought them into the important works. His campaign allowed them to help care for me in my home while I was gone for 10 months. My kids was out canvassing, knocking on doors, sharing my story to tell people on how important it was to vote. So I want to say today, thank you, Beto. Thank you for fighting for my family. Thank you for fighting for Texas. Thank you for fighting for the right for us to vote. Join me in volunteering. Join me in voting. Help me determine the future of this state. And now please join me in welcoming the next governor of the state of Texas, Beto O'Rourke.
Sure.
Fort Worth, how we doing? Good to be with you. Let's hear it for Crystal Mason. Absolutely amazing. So courageous, so tenacious, so persistent. And not only does that describe her, it describes every single person here tonight. Because I'll tell you what, this group of people, and then some, in 2018, made me the first Democrat to win Tarrant County since 1994. And this group of people, and then some, are going to make me the first Democrat to be governor of the state of Texas since 1994. This is on us. This is on all of us. Listen, I feel extraordinarily lucky to be here with you tonight. It looks like from the early returns, I will be your nominee for governor for the state of Texas. And because we knew that there'd be such a great group of people out, fired up, a little bit of alcohol in their systems, I've only asked my entire family to join me once on this campaign, and it is tonight. This is my wife, Amy, my son, Henry, my daughter, Molly, my son, Ulysses, and our friend Wallace back there. They wanted to be with us tonight on election night here in Fort Worth in Tarrant County. Tell me there's a more important place in Texas for us to be, a more important place for us to win than this one right here. And we have traveled the breadth and the length of this state, starting out in the westernmost county, in the mountain time zone, in the Chihuahua Desert, connected to Ciudad Juarez, our sister city, El Paso, Texas. And whether I'm in El Paso, whether I'm in Louisville, whether I'm in Texarkana, which is as far away as you can be and still be in the same state, I find the most amazing, the most beautiful, the most creative, the most inspiring people on the planet. This is our home. And the beauty in this state and our values, we work hard and we do good work and we're good to one another. That's not reflected in those who hold power and positions of public trust in this state right now. The things that we want are not just good for Democrats. They're not just good for Republicans or independents either. They are good for all of us. We want to make sure that the best jobs in the United States of America are created right here in the state of Texas. Right? Argue that one. We want to make sure that we get behind our world-class public school educators so that we have world-class public schools in the state of Texas. We all want that. We want to make sure that we finally expand Medicaid so that people can see a doctor. No one dies of diabetes or curable cancer or the flu. And don't you think it's time that we legalize marijuana in the state of Texas? I do too. We can get that done. But in order to make that happen, we have got to get past the incompetence, the corruption, and the cruelty of Greg Abbott. Are you with me on this? I mean, this guy cannot even keep the lights on in the energy capital of the world. This guy has presided over a child protective services system and the foster children within it who are sleeping on desks in the hallways right now because we don't have the resources or the attention or the accountability that they deserve. This guy may say he's pro-life. I think he's just pro-birth. We are going to be pro-kids no matter where they are or who they are in this state. This crazy, aggressive pursuit of transgender children in our communities and in our schools and in their families, when we have real challenges in the state of Texas right now, like 7 out of 10 fourth graders cannot read at grade level. And it's not that our kids are any worse than the kids in other states. It's not that our teachers are not trying hard. In fact, they're working 2 or 3 jobs just to support their main job right now. It's because we have so underpaid those teachers and started to attack them from the highest positions of power. When I am governor, we are going to support public educators and public education and make sure that every child has the resources and support that they need to be able to get ahead. We're going to make sure when I'm governor that we keeps the light on in the state of Texas, the heat flowing, the water running, and that we make sure that everyone understands that this state is big enough for all of us. That the leadership in Texas truly reflect the genius and diversity of the people in this state. That we don't have to be afraid of one another or pitted against each other or further polarize an already divided state. Ladies and gentlemen, whether you are a Republican, and I hope you're here tonight, or an independent, or we certainly have some Democrats in the House as well, I want to be a governor for each and every single one of you, and I want to bring us together to do the big things that we are truly capable of once we get past the smallness and the cruelty and the divisiveness of this moment. But if we're going to do this, if we're going to build upon our gains that we all realized together in 2018, then it's going to take all of us doing all that we can with what we have where we are right now. And just as Crystal urged us to do, we've got to sign up to volunteer. And we've got to join an army of volunteers out there, a peaceful army that over the course of February has been trying to knock on every single door in every one of the 254 counties of Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you tonight that so far 53,500 people have signed up to pick up a clipboard, to become a volunteer, and to win this election. We set this ambitious goal because not just in Crystal Mason's case, but in the case of millions of our fellow Texans, this governor does not trust the voters of this state to make their own decisions about who should represent them or the course or the direction that Texas will take. And so last year, he signed the most voter-suppressive, most voter-intimidating legislation that we have seen since the Texas president, LBJ, signed the Voting Rights Act into law in 1965. It is harder to cast a ballot in this state than it is anywhere else. And look, democracy is under attack the world over right now. I don't have to tell you that. You watch the headlines. You see it happening half a world away. Well, it's happening right here as well. And when I talked to Catherine, our organizing director, and I said, look, I wish the Department of Justice would ride to the rescue right now and enforce that Voting Rights Act, but they're not. I wish the Supreme Court would make sure that they strike down the unconstitutional voting laws that we have in this state, but they will not. There's no cavalry coming to ride to our rescue. This one is on us. And Catherine said, let me get those volunteers out there. Let me get them knocking on doors and making phone calls and lighting up the phones of our fellow Texans. And I'm going to try, Beto, as best as I can to get to 2 million voters by the end of February, which was yesterday. Well, she told me today we reached 4.5 million voters over the course of February. Un milagro. Absolutely amazing. A miracle. And it's a miracle born of the people of Texas. This campaign is powered by the people of Texas. We will win this race together because of, by, and for the people of Texas. All I need to know from you is, are you ready to sign up and to be part of this campaign? Because if you will do this, I promise you, we will win this. The people of Texas are sick of what we have and they want to change. They cannot believe that the governor of this state will not trust women to make their own decisions for themselves, that he set a $10,000 bounty on the back of anyone who assists any woman in making her own health care decisions. Well, you don't have to be a Democrat to know that that is wrong, but it's going to take all of us working together to elect me so that you have a governor who trusts every woman to make her own decisions about her own body and her own future and her own health care each and every single time. We're going to do this. I really feel this. Sí se puede. And I just want you to think about what you are willing to do right now and how you want to feel on this night, November 8th, 8.5 months from today. Now, I hope, and I have to check with Amy and the kids, but I hope we're back in Tarrant County on election night. And just like we are going to do tonight, I hope we're drinking beer on that night. And I hope we wake up on the 9th of November with the best hangover we have ever had in our lives, because we've celebrated the best victory we've ever seen in the state of Texas. But think about how you want to feel that night, how you want to look back on this one and say, look, on March 1st of this year, I dedicated myself to my kids, to my family, to my state, to my country, to the generations yet to come. And when all was on the line, and we knew that we had the odds against us, and they were trying to rig the rules of the road while we were actually running this race in the election, I did not allow that to deter me. I did not succumb to the temptation of despair. I got up. I got after it. I knocked on my neighbor's door. I invited them into this democracy, voting in this election, and I made sure that their voice was heard, that their vote counted, that their vision was reflected in the campaign that we ran together. On that night, November 8th of 2022, you want to feel completely exhausted. Like you've done everything you could have done within your power to win this race. Nothing but nothing left on the field. That beer is going to taste so much more refreshing. That victory is going to be all the sweeter for it. And we are going to celebrate like Texas has never celebrated before. Are you ready for this? I am ready to do this with you. We are going to get the big things done for Texas again. Fort Worth, thank you for turning out for us tonight. Thank you for signing up. Thank you for being part of this victory. And I look forward to running this with you and winning it for you. We'll see you soon. Adios y nos vemos. Gracias, Fort Worth. Thank you. Thank you all very much. Thank you.